Welcome to the Shaw TV studios. I'm Doug Roxburgh, and today's a special day. Joined in studio is Adarius Bowman and Lauren Roulette from Adarius for Autism and from Autism Edmonton. They have this great project that just came out. It's the Get to Know project. We're going to show the full-length video a little later on, but first we want to meet these two. We want to find out how they started this project, collided together, and how it came to be. So we'll start with Adarius. Adarius, the Get to Know project, you formed Adarius for Autism. How did you form that? What started it?
Well, with Adarius for Autism, what gave me the momentum and the motivation and the passion to get to do that was my former teammate's oldest daughter, Oakley Ralph. Brock Ralph is her dad. And just their journey is what really got me started with Adarius for Autism, wanting to help that teenage group from age 8 to 22 really find their passions and dreams. You know, just like me, we all needed some help along our journey. But in terms of the Get to Know project, this is something that Adarius for Autism has been very excited about, working with Autism Edmonton on bringing something that I feel not just big for the autistic community, but for the whole city of Edmonton and possibly all of Canada.
What are the goals and some of the aspirations of the charity that's been formed?
Oh man, honestly, the biggest thing is awareness, number one, because for us being new to the community, it's something that we talk about it, but I don't really think people understand the key of it. You know, the more you know, the better you can help somebody. The more you know, the better they can help themselves. So number one, that, but then outside of that, getting into the school community, you know, getting their peers, their teens, you know, the kids are growing up and you learn in those earlier years of our life. So when your peers can understand some of the challenges you go to, and that's what this Get to Know project is trying to do, just getting the non-autistic world to understand some of the challenges that autistic teens and adults can go through on a day-to-day basis.
And I'm just going to go to Lauren. Lauren, how did you guys get involved with Autism Edmonton with this project?
Autism Edmonton's been around since 1971, and our mission is to create a community where all people with autism are valued and have a life full of possibilities and opportunities. So when Adarius reached out to us, it seemed like a natural fit. Adarius obviously brings a lot of energy, passion, a lot of people who are interested from a perspective outside of the community that we're usually working with. So when we started working together and talking about sort of our natural pair-ups in the goals that we both had, the school system, and sharing that awareness and experience with school-aged kids was an obvious match. And so it just evolved and it became this phenomenal project that we're really proud of. And I think it has a lot of potential to reach not just schools in Edmonton, but like Adarius mentioned, far beyond. It's actually a really cool delivery model that works for rural teachers, people who don't usually have access to big agencies to come in and talk about something like autism. So we're really excited about it. I think it's a great match.
One of the big things I saw in the Get to Know project video was the showcase of everybody is different, but they're not. Everybody's really the same at the end of the day, and that's one of the goals from Autism Edmonton, isn't it?
Absolutely. That's what we love about the project and sort of the simulations or experiences, if you want to call them that, is that it's an idea of what life might be like for someone with autism, but it also reminds these students that they have very similar struggles on a different level or in a different intensity. So it creates a little bit of sort of empathy really is the big goal, and understanding of what, you know, they experience some of those struggles, but could they imagine having to do that times 10 every single day? And so it gives them a little bit of insight into what life is like for some of their classmates.
One thing you're known for on the football field is your hands, those precious, precious hands. How do you incorporate football in your teachings with this?
Oh, for us, what really drove that passion is like Lauren was saying, and like you said yourself, every autistic kid, like I say, we're all the same, but every autistic kid has their differences. You know, you meet one autistic kid, you just met one autistic kid. It's not the case of everybody being the same. But after going through the research and being around the kids and doing the activities around the school, you start to grasp that some forms come in a nonverbal communication. So what really brought that passion to hand is that we use signals with our offense. So it was a good way to try to incorporate that nonverbal communication. You know, some of the social cues that we know that are very common today, you know, some autistic kids may not be familiar with that. So just showing the kids how seeing a signal for the first time and not knowing what it means, it would make you a bit more confused and you really wouldn't know what's going on. But once you could explain them to it, the signals makes a lot more sense, you know. And so we was trying to get them to understand some of the social cues that autistic kids have, rather than thinking it's weird or uncomfortable. We're just trying to get them to understand that's their norm. So just, you know, by knowing that, like we say, by awareness and understanding that, you could actually help the kid rather than making them feel uncomfortable.
And I guess Autism Edmonton has seen tremendous strides in that.
Yeah, I think awareness has definitely picked up in the last few years. I think it's obvious most people, you can't talk to a lot of people that haven't heard of autism these days. But the unique part of Get to Know is that we're really pushing that acceptance. Beyond just understanding the word and maybe knowing some of the traits of autism, this project is really encouraging students to accept their peers, to have some empathy to that experience and to get to know them better. That's the name of the game, literally.
And Adarius, I know you have some personal relations with your ex-teammate who happens to currently be in Edmonton. Is that how you were personally involved in getting this started?
Oh yes, for me, like I say, Brock Ralph and his older daughter Oakley was definitely someone. For me, I graduated in elementary education, childhood adolescent, so I knew the term, but kind of what Lauren just said again, people know the word, but you really don't understand it as much, you know. So for me, it was a firsthand experience with Oakley, you know, being around Brock, him being a guy that plays football, but when he went home, he was a father of an autistic kid, you know, and most people wouldn't understand some of the routines and challenges that he went through on a day-to-day basis. But to see Oakley about to turn 13 this year, Brock's back in the city, coaching at Harry Angley High School, and she's becoming a young lady, you know, and so for me, it just makes me remember when I was a younger kid and the Nike camps and the local camps that was going on around the city. Those were really things that kind of highlighted my passion and my dreams and gave me that opportunity and that stepping stone to get to the next step in life. And so that's really what the Get to Know project is about. Like we say, we think the title fits well, getting to know yourself, getting to know your peers, getting to know a lot more about autism, you know, getting to know more about your city, your history, your future, everything, you know. That's why we feel like it fits very well with today's like youth in the whole, you know, that's definitely our future. So yeah, it was definitely Brock and his oldest daughter that got me going.
You said that very well. I don't know, Lauren, is there anything you want to kind of branch onto that with?
No, I think that Adarius is just mentioning that, I mean, people with autism all people are awesome, but when you get to know someone with autism, it almost always changes your world and your perspective on the way that we live life. And so to me, as a person who's so committed to this community, it means so much to have someone like Adarius who's had that experience and wants other people to get that experience. It's phenomenal. So,
what are some of the future goals of Autism Edmonton here in the city?
Oh, we have all kinds of goals. I think our mission is pretty broad, but we work with families, we work with youth. One of the big things that we're working on right now is empowering this generation of youth with autism to be confident, comfortable, and to be leaders of their community in the future. I think that this community has so much potential, and they can shape their future, and we need to help support and give those tools so that they can achieve that.
And I guess your goals are kind of lining up with that.
I was about to say, that's really what interests Adarius for Autism in the beginning, to reach out with Autism Edmonton, because they have been around the city for a while. So, you know, I always like to incorporate sports in with everything. So that's a veteran to me, you know, so why not go to a veteran and learn being a rookie to the community. But like Lauren said, that was their mission is some of our same missions, helping these kids find their passion and ultimately building a community. Like I say, for me, we have sports camps. We got YMCA, boys clubs, all these different places that we can attend outside of your day-to-day education. So for me, and I know Autism Edmonton can see the same thing, but having a community where autistic teens and adults can also have their form of a YMCA, you know, their form of a boys club, their form of a girls club, like I say, to highlight their passions and really give them that stepping stone to going out here and succeeding in society, you know, rather than everybody looking at it from afar and being kind of afraid of it. I don't know if it's for you, but like Lauren say, once you start working in this autistic community, it builds something in your heart, you know. And for me, I don't know if Lauren can agree with this, but the more and more I study, the more and more I'm around autistic teens and adults, it makes me feel like we all got a little bit of autistic challenges at times, you know. It's just a different way of learning things, you know. And so it's about just really taking a little bit more time. You know, I couldn't imagine trying to play a football game without practice. I think that would be very difficult to go out there and really give it your maximum potential. So just giving them a community that feels like they're always practicing, that would be amazing.
Well, Adarius, thank you for joining us. Adarius Bowman from the Edmonton Eskimos, Lauren Roulette from the Autism Edmonton group. How about we roll the Get to Know Project video? How does that sound?
Oh,
I
man,
love
that
it.
sounds amazing.
Let's do it.
Get to know, yes.
Let's do it.
Big circle, big circle. All right. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Jumping jacks, jumping jacks. Everybody give me jumping jacks, jumping jacks. Back down, everybody back on the ground. Give me push-ups, push-ups. Back down, push-ups, 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 push-ups. All right, everybody jumping jacks, jumping jacks, jumping jacks. All right, everybody down, everybody down. So the reason we did that was to give you guys a bit of a sensory experience around what it's like for some people with autism. Okay, some people with autism have what's called sensory processing challenges, and what that means is that they can be extra sensitive to things like sound, light, smell, touch. And the reason that is because for some people, how that sensory information is collected in the brain is organized a little bit differently. For most of us, we can ignore a lot of the sensory experiences that are going on around us.
I challenge you today, when we're living this activity today and you start heading down the halls, actually take a second and try to listen to all the different sounds that's around us. Lockers banging, people chewing gum, friends talking, teachers talking, chairs moving, and if you're near a door or a window, you may even hear things from outside, like birds chirping, a car driving, or even the wind.
So guys, my name is Matthew. Okay, I am from Autism Edmonton. And what Autism Edmonton does is that we provide navigational supports for adults with autism, families that have an autistic family member, and kids around your age. We have a great program called Acasio that supports kids 10 and up and gives them an opportunity to get out in the community and socialize with other kids with autism and their peers.
I'm Adarius Bowman, president of Adarius for Autism, and we're new to this community. And our main objective is to help those kids from age 8 to 22 find their passions and dreams so they can be a lot more successful in the society.
We're here to present to you the Get to Know Project, and that's what Adarius and I are out here presenting to you about. And the Get to Know Project is about getting to know about autism, as well as getting to know everybody in the community.
Right. We're very excited about this Get to Know Project. Like my friend Matt said, Get to Know Project applies for all ranges. Getting to know a bit about autism, getting to know a little bit more about yourself, getting to know a little bit more about your peers, knowing a little bit more about your parents, or even your school history. We feel like getting to know is a very big key in this society today.
All right, so guys, we got some activities for you today, and each activity, I want you guys to think about how the purpose of the activity is really designed to show you what it might be like for some people with autism.
Yes, we really want you guys to try to literally put yourself in their shoes at this moment. We're going to have 3 stations set up for you guys: social communication, functional communication, and regulations and behaviors.
So, first group, we're going to have over here.
Hold on. Okay. Get in here, team. All right, this is the objective today. I'm the head coach, you guys are the players. So our main objective today is to get the signal in so we can get the first down because we need to win this game. All right? So let's do this, team. On 1, break. 1, break. Yeah, you guys did. I'm your head coach, and we're going to try to execute our offensive plays. And today you're looking at me to get the signal in order to know how to execute this play. So everybody, let's be tight on this. Here we go. Let's execute this first down. Let's get this ball completed. Signal's coming in now. Next group. All right, everybody bring it in real quick. Bring it in one time. Huddle up one more time. Coaches, are you trying to get the... All right, so here we go. Now as a coach, I'm going to take time to let you guys know what those signals actually mean. Oh, okay. So this signal here, this means I'm about to start the play. X, Y, Z, W. I can't make a R with my hands, so R's are shooting for the stars. When I point at the star, I'm talking about R's. And if you notice, there's numbers on the pieces of paper. So I'm literally telling you guys what's going on. If I give you this signal, it literally means to cover your eyes. If I give you this, it literally means to cover your ears. If I give you this, you're to spin in a circle. If I do this, you actually sit down on the ground. This symbol right here, that's the person the ball go to. That's when you start to play. Okay. So let's get this first down. Everybody's ready? Yeah. It's coming. Touchdown! Good job, guys. Good job, good job, good job. My station was social communication. How difficult was it for you guys before you knew what the signals meant when we was doing the football activity? Very difficult, right? How did it feel after we told you guys the signals? Got a lot more easier. Some people for autism, they just do not understand these social cues. So that's when we step in and actually help them out with it, just as we helped you guys with the signals. Think if we yelled at you guys when you didn't know the signal at the beginning, and I made you leave the gym or made you feel less of a person, it wouldn't feel so nice. That's an opportunity where we could have a lot of patience and understanding. So when people with autism make that mistake, we could help them and comfort them when making that mistake. Let's try not to repeat it again.
Have you guys played charades before? Oh, awesome! Yeah, I did. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give everybody one word or a phrase. And you're gonna take a turn and come up where I am right now, and you're gonna act it out, and everybody has to guess it, okay? So if you have a phrase, you need to let people know that they're guessing more than just a word. Okay, you guys ready? So I'm gonna pass you a card, and don't let anyone see it, and then you're gonna come up one at a time and act it out, okay? Don't let anyone see it. Don't let anyone see it. All right, you guys got it? Same one, you ready? Okay, do you want to come up first, Nader?
Oh, sure.
Come up right here.
This is kind of perfect. All right.
No words, none at all. No words. Come on, guys, what's he doing?
Tired. Exhausted.
There you go. I'm guessing them like right away. Okay, your turn. I'll take it.
Mine's a phrase.
Okay.
Having a conversation. Having a conversation.
It's a phrase.
I'm lonely.
Close. You're on the right track.
Crying.
Huh? You're on the right track. Say it again. So.
Lonely. I feel lonely.
Yes, yay! You got it. See, that was a tough one. How would she say that, right? All right, your turn. Let me see it. You ready? Good job, guys. Oh, this is another. So you tell them how many words, okay?
I am stressed out.
Stressed out. No. Scared. You have a headache?
Yeah! Whoa, you guys are getting it now. Thank you, guys. Okay, so how did you feel about trying to get someone to guess what you were doing when it was a little bit more complicated? It was awesome. Good. So what I want you to think about before we go back and these guys talk to you, think about the fact that you were looking for clues. So you were looking for clues, but imagine someone comes up to you and you're not looking for clues, but they're trying to tell you something without any words. Think about that. Or they're telling you something with words, but the words aren't coming out the right way. So what they're trying to communicate isn't what they're saying to you. Okay, so that was an example of that. You guys are great. You're like charades masters. Thank you. Cool.
So I'm going to talk to you about the charades session that you guys played, okay? And what we were doing was trying to show you how hard it is to communicate without using your words. Some people with autism are not able to communicate using their words, so they have to use other ways to communicate. Some might use sign language. Some might use little pictures that they show people. Some people might use what's called an augmented alternative communication device. And that might be like an iPad that's got little pictures on it, and they kind of press the buttons and it can spell out a sentence and they can speak to you. And it's not just that, it's not just people that can't use their words to communicate, but some people have a really hard time communicating with their words in other ways too. Sometimes if you're really, really excited, it's hard to get those words out, for all of us. And sometimes someone with autism might not have as many words as you do. They might only have, let's say, 100 words they can use regularly. But that doesn't mean what they're trying to say is any less valuable or important. And one of the best things that you can do is be patient, and just like in the exercise, giving them time to get out what they're trying to say, and be understanding that it can be really, really challenging. Okay? All right. Cut. All right, guys. For our next exercise, what we're going to do is I'm going to shout a color, and I want you guys to do an action with that color. All right? When I say green, what I want you to do is get ready, like you're about to catch a football. When I say blue, what I want you to do is lie down on the floor. Now, if I say yellow, I want you to get like this again, only really quick feet. And if I say red, I want you to do burpees. Okay? All right. Green. Yellow. Blue. Red. Blue. Green. Yellow. Quick feet, quick feet, quick feet. Red. Blue. Awesome job, guys. You did awesome. How are you feeling?
The last station we want to talk to you guys about today is regulations and behaviors. Regulations is a way to describe how your body's feeling. Sometimes we're like extra excited, and then there's other times we're like super lazy and tired. And when we're feeling that super lazy and tired feeling, we can categorize that as the blue zone from the exercise we did earlier. And some things to get yourself out of that blue zone and get yourself back to that green zone, that calm feeling, that norm, is things like, I like to call the full body stretch, where you kind of hit every point of your body and kind of wake your body up. You can do it sitting down or standing up.
Absolutely. And so that covers the blue and the green zone. Blue is that zone where we're feeling really lazy and tired. Green is that feeling of calmness and alertness. And sometimes we're also feeling excited. We got a lot of extra energy. We call that being in the yellow zone. We got too many things going on. We just got to go run. We got to go do something. Maybe we're upset. And so when we're in that yellow zone, we can do things, like Adarius was saying. We can get up, we can do a stretch. For 2 weeks, we can go burn off some of that extra energy. We can go for a jog, we can go work out. But if we get into the red zone's that sort of period where you are so upset or so excited or so angry that you're not even thinking straight anymore. When we're in that red zone, it's really, really hard to pay attention and focus. When we see someone in that red zone, when they're just really, really upset, we don't want to make fun of them. We want to just give them some space and some time to calm down. So if you see someone with autism, maybe they're flapping their hands, maybe they're humming really loudly, maybe they're walking on their toes. Yes. What they're doing is they're just making themselves ready. They're making sure that they can just cope with their day. Because for some of these guys and girls, it can be really, really challenging to stay regulated, stay in that green zone throughout the day. So they do these little things, the same way that we all do those little things to make sure that we stay calm.
And the last thing I want to talk to you guys and girls about before we leave out here today is something we all know about, and that's bullying. Yeah, we all know about that. And today we're not going to put so much focus on the person that's the bully or the person that's being bullied. We're going to talk about you people right here, the bystanders. And we're going to talk about some of the things you can do to be an active bystander. Rather than sitting there and watch this action happen, actually get up and do something to kind of cause a distraction. Do something that can kind of calm the scene down.
And if you're worried about talking to the bully, you can also talk to the person who's being bullied. You can go up to them and say, hey, how you doing? Are you doing okay? Do you want to go take a walk? You want to go grab a soda from the machine? Can I walk you to class? Just separating that bully from the person who's being bullied is one of the best things that you can do.
And also remembering our number one slogan to this topic, Getting to Know Project. That's what we're here to know. That's what we're here to talk about today. Getting to know, like we started at the beginning of the program, getting to know yourself, getting to know your peers, getting to know a little bit more about your school. Or like I say, just getting to know about anything. That's the thing that we're talking about today.
Absolutely. And get to know someone with autism.
Yes.
If you don't know someone with autism, go out and meet someone, talk to someone, ask them about what they like to do, what are their hobbies, what are their dreams, what are their goals. Because we each have those things inside of us, right? We each have things that we want to do. People with autism are no different. They have things that they want to do, things that they want to accomplish. And our job as people in society is to support everyone else. Because everyone needs help, everyone needs support. So after this, we want you to get out, get to know someone new, get to know someone who's different than you, and ask them some questions. Learn from them, become their friend. That's one of the best things you guys can do. Thank you so much for having us out today.
Thank y'all so much, man. Y'all been
Thank you so
amazing.
much. Thank
Give
you. You guys are
yourself a round
awesome.
of
You guys are
applause.
awesome. YouTube sensation.
If there was one thing that I wanted the kids to learn today, it would definitely be the title of our project, getting to know people with autism. Not be so shy about talking about it, you know?
I learned that a lot of kids with autism have a lot of trouble communicating, and I'm going to look for those clues to whatever they're trying to say and tell me.
Don't see somebody with autism and think they're so different. We all are the same. You know, we all need a little bit more help. Unity is power, and that's very true. So getting to know each other is the number one thing.